Hi everyone, this is Katie, and today we are making a Christmas card onto this watercolor postcard so that I can send it out for Christmas. So I decided that I wanted to use my gouache again to paint this. This is my Arteza gouache. I have made a dry palette of gouache, and that is what I'm using today, reactivating it with water. So I decided I wanted to try painting Santa Claus, and I used a reference from unsplash.com of just Santa being lost in a snowstorm, kind of. So I have spent most of my painting journey so far focusing on landscapes, because way back in high school, in my art class, when we first started painting, that's what we started with, was landscapes, because my art teacher said landscapes are the most forgiving thing to paint. So that is definitely true, because when you think about how if you're painting a tree and you make it crooked, or you give it more branches or less branches, it doesn't take away the fact that it is a tree, because there are so many variations of trees out there that it doesn't look wrong, because it's not necessarily wrong. It's just different from the specific tree you were painting. So in that way, landscapes are very forgiving. You can mess up and it's not obvious that you messed up. Whereas when you draw people, you get the nose slightly wrong, you make one eye bigger than the other, it's obvious. People notice. So not only that, there's shoulders that have to be in the right spot for the way they're standing, and the shoulders have to match the hips. And then you have proportion, how long the arms are compared to the rest of the body. It's a lot. And it's something I always wanted to be good at, is people. But every time I tried, I would get discouraged because my people would look weird. So it's something I've been working a lot on in the last year, probably. And I've been watching a lot of YouTube tutorials on how to draw people. And then I've just been practicing, like, almost every night in my sketchbook, practicing drawing people, faces. Lately I've been trying to do full body sketches, just trying to make things look correct. And I do think it's helping, because I look at this picture of Santa and I don't have to cringe and think, oh, I messed that up so bad. And, it's not perfect. There's things I can see that are wrong and I would like to do better, but it's a lot better than I could do a year ago. So I am encouraged by that. And once you get a little success, it's easier to keep going, to keep practicing, to keep trying. So if you are trying to draw people or paint people and you get discouraged, you don't need to give up. You just have to keep going, because even though progress is slow, you make progress. The other thing I find somewhat difficult are clothes, and knowing when to put shadows and highlights on the folds of the clothes, which is also just something that's going to take a lot of practice in identifying where clothes would fold. Something that I have been learning about skin tones and shadows is that purple is a really good color for the shading on the face. And depending on the specific lighting, the shade of purple varies, but skin tone seems to have a lot of purple. And even some blue sometimes. So as I said before, I did this with my gouache paint, and after I did this one I wanted to try a couple more but I used some acrylic paint. And I actually think I like the acrylic paint better. And what I used was actually acrylic craft paint. So it was the really cheap kind, you know, from Walmart. I think it's the Apple Barrel brand. And that's the kind of paint I very first used like a really long time ago when I very first started painting. And I've always kind of liked it, even though it's just craft paint and it's obviously not light fast and professional or anything, but I don't know, something about it. I like the consistency, how thin it is, and how you can build up layers. So the more professional brand would probably be like Golden Fluid acrylics. I would probably really like those, but they are expensive, so. So anyway, I used craft paint and I liked it. I think I'm going to do some more so that I have some more cards to send out to people for Christmas. So, and here I'm just adding that snow, so, because Santa is out in the snow. And I used my gouache for that, but I also used my acrylic paint pen just because that was easier. And it looks like he is done. And I am happy with how he turned out. So thank you for watching this video. Check out my channel for similar videos, and I will see everyone next time.